We are live on millions.co and on YouTube. My guest at this time, I'm looking at his Instagram, and he's an NIL athlete and college basketball player. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Denzel Hines. Hey, man.
Hey, Hank, thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you so
No,
much.
no, glad to do it, man. I'm glad to do it. I haven't, I've always had a soft spot for, college basketball players and stuff like that, man. It's you know, there's something going on out there nowadays that I'm still trying to figure out. That's for sure. And especially, now that, you're NIL. And so who do you play for exactly?
I recently just committed to UC Riverside, which is back home for me.
UC Riverside. Pardon my ignorance, but where is that?
So it's probably about an hour south of LA.
Okay, cool. Wait a second. Doesn't Amaya Simmons go there?
That sounds familiar, but I'm not too sure, honestly. I haven't even been on campus or nothing yet. I've just been doing my own thing last couple months. So,
I
yeah,
hear you, man. I've got a massive crush on Amaya Simmons, and I think that's where she goes. I think that's where she may have committed to. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
We'll see. We'll see. So that's just here. That's here nor there. But anyway, so what year in college are you now?
I'm going to be a junior this year.
Very cool. And where did you grow up?
Fontana, California, which is actually probably about 20 minutes away from my school.
Oh, nice. That's what I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah.
I've got to get out to California. I've been all over this country, but I have been.
Yeah, it's beautiful out here. I've been in the South the last 2 years, but took for granted a lot of the stuff I have back at home. You know, all these beaches, beautiful city connections out here, which I'll probably get into that a little bit in this interview. But there's a lot of opportunities, a lot of every LA has everything.
I'm with you. Well, where did you go? Where were you in the South at?
So I went to High Point University my freshman year, which is in North Carolina, in between Greensboro and Winston-Salem. And then
Mm-hmm.
my sophomore year, I was at Coastal Carolina and Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Okay, I just got back about 2 months ago from Greenville, South Carolina. So
Okay,
I'm
yeah, yeah,
I'm,
yeah.
I'm familiar
Greenville.
with Carolina.
Hmm. Yeah.
That's not too bad. It's more homely over there. I don't know about California, but South
Yeah,
Carolina is very homely.
100%. I love it. I mean, the Southern hospitality, how nice everybody is, and I'm a fan. I'm a fan of both. Trust me.
I get it. I have, like I said, that was the first time I'd ever been to the Carolinas, but it was Greenville, South Carolina, which, hey, good stuff, man. So so what is your prospect for, what are you trying to do as far as college basketball? Are you trying to make it to the pros?
My plan, if anything, I would go overseas just to experience life in another country. You know, NBA
Mm-hmm.
is not my main goal, to be honest with you. I do plan on being an entrepreneur and being my own boss, building something for myself.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then I have my own business, which is Mind Right Services, where I help mentor high school and college athletes. And my goal with that is honestly to travel the world and do like team bonding camps, more mental health, and just all over the world. So that's my
You-
plan with that.
it- that's very refreshing to hear because I keep watching these videos about these guys about, call it, younger guys that want to go to college or want to play sports with the idea of going to the NBA rather than
Mhm.
taking what they learned from the discipline of learning
Yeah.
sports and applying it other places and realizing that the NBA is not the only goal in life.
Yeah, 100%. There's a lot of other communities. There's a lot of that's one thing about basketball players. You know, we grew up in the same community. It's hard to break that shell, but there's a lot of communities. There's a lot of money in a lot of other places, a lot of other fields. There's a lot to offer in this world. You know.
Right. And you're NIL, which means you're getting paid to play basketball now.
Yes, sir.
Which I've always had conflicting interest about, conflicting opinions about that.
Hmm.
But hey, that's here nor there. That's what the league is now, whether I agree or disagree with it.
Hmm.
And I've like I said, I've always been kind of had a opinion against and for it. But
Okay.
the point is that from what it sounds like, that whatever it is that you're doing, regardless of getting paid to do it or not, that you're trying to do something that will impact others and hopefully be a little bit less cliche than going straight to the NBA, so to speak,
Yeah.
or at least the goal.
100%. And when I say NIL athlete, it's more specifically as me building my personal brand per se. So obviously there's NIL where you get paid from the school, and there's NIL where you can have like, you know, deals with small brands. So I take advantage of the whole game. I build my personal brand. I work with a lot of brands independently,
Mm-hmm.
and just do like these micromanaging deals and build my personal brand through content, show my daily life. I even got connected with a lot of local restaurants and stuff like that, and just do paid promotions, partnerships, and stuff like that. So basically, I think it's a good way for athletes to practice that entrepreneurship skill. But now it's a time where a lot of athletes don't understand it and they don't see this side as well too. So that is something I plan on teaching as well too. So being an entrepreneur, honestly, it's you got to take advantage of the whole game.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and it's good that you're kind of learning this at a young age. I'm assuming if you're a junior college, then you're not older than 25 years old, right?
No, sir, I'm 20.
Okay. See,
So,
and at least you kind of getting this concept at a young age. And,
mhm.
you know, the biggest thing about the entrepreneurial type side of things is that, everybody wants to use the term entrepreneur and be like a business owner or something like that. But they also don't understand that there is more to it than just like being the boss, so to
A lot
speak.
more. A lot
Like
more, especially starting off.
there's
A
this
lot more.
there's this big concept of like I'm being the boss, but technically there's always somebody you have to answer to.
hmm Yeah,
You
it's a
know,
lot of work. It's a lot of undefined areas. A lot of people they love the term, but there's a lot that comes with it as well. Very true.
and part of it, and the biggest one, and I've seen this from a lot of guys,
hmm
is that the you have to be 100% integrity the whole time if you're wanting to be above successful in it.
hmm
The biggest problem with a lot of entrepreneurs out there, especially from younger guys, is that they take shortcuts. There's not necessarily 100% honesty behind it. There's a lot of things that, could definitely be patched up. And I think that guys like you, I pray that guys like you do it with 100% integrity. The
Yeah.
guy that doesn't, take shortcuts or takes you
hmm
know, the
Yeah.
corrupted route.
Very true. I think with that, a lot of the times is younger people, they tend to create their brands or just entrepreneurship off of their goals and envisions. I think everybody has big goals and then they build off of that. And there's
Mm-hmm.
entrepreneurs who build off of systems and they'll build their goals off of those systems that they already learned. So a lot of people that have these goals they easily say, "Oh, yeah, I'm gonna just do this because they can see it and they have been like, and especially at this time in life, we have a lot of ambition, like, a lot of creativity. So it's all over the place. We think we can do all these things, which you can, but you're gonna have to learn the process. There's gonna be failures. There's gonna be ups and downs. You're gonna have to learn systems. There's gonna be a lot of stuff you're gonna have to learn. So mhm.
Okay, so that's the one of the best things I've heard, and I just and I'm not picking on younger dudes. I'm just saying that there's a lot of guys that develop it. Like I see guys that are much older than me in their 50s and stuff like that, and
Mhm.
there's this like childish behavior of still taking shortcuts and kind of having
Yeah.
this this kind of I don't know this sort of swag behind things where there's not really much of a trust. Like there's not much trust that I give them in them, so to
Yeah.
speak.
100%. I agree with that.
So, what position do you play in basketball?
Small forward, power forward. I actually played center my freshman year. That was a long story, but center
So
my freshman year, power forward last year, and now this year I'm playing small forward and power forward.
that's kind of a big transition. How tall are you?
6'6".
Okay, so you'd be Charles Barkley as a power forward, and at
Yeah.
6'6", you would be. I don't know who the heck you would be, but because I just don't know too many 6'6" centers. But all
Yeah.
right, I get it. I get it though. That's what. I mean, you are from the era. I mean, let's see. If you're 20, then Curry was big when you were about 9 or 10 years old when he won his
Yeah.
MVPs,
hmm
and stretching the floor has kind of become part of the game.
Yeah, it really has, especially now. Yeah.
Do
Everybody
I?
has to shoot.
Yeah, I mean it's such a cop out when the older guys. I get it. I mean, I watched Jordan play in his prime. I watched
Okay.
him win. I watched him. I watched him win his last 3 rings. I was too young when he won his first 3 rings. But
Yeah.
you know, the thing about it is that people always talk about this grit and gritty era and stuff like that of the past. I'm like, yeah, but these guys are more focused on like more on the skill, so to speak.
hmm
Now, and part of it is just using your brain nowadays too. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, the Nikola Jokic is probably the best player in the league right now, and
Yeah.
it's more about his brain than his
IQ.
athleticism.
hmm Very true.
So, these guys, you guys are a lot smarter. Y'all really are. I'm not saying those guys weren't. I mean, I think Jordan was probably the smartest of all time, but
Mhm. Yeah.
Jordan,
I think it's just evolution. Like it's with everything. The game just, it's going to get faster. It's going to get more skills learned. Everybody has moves. Okay, what's the next move that everybody thought was impossible? It's just evolution. It's
yeah.
consistent. Mhm.
I mean, Carmelo Anthony used the same side jab his whole career, and he was considered unguardable. It's just
Really, if
so.
if it works, don't fix it.
Yeah, exactly.
Not broken, don't fix it. Yeah.
That's it, man.
Mhm.
Where's you know, who was your favorite pro team growing up?
So I actually never had one. To be honest with you, I did not watch a lot of basketball. I still don't, but I'm a big football guy. I grew up a huge Eagles fan. I can tell you that.
Oh, well, that's okay.
Yeah.
No, I know I always was I was always a Raiders fan, so I
Okay.
definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I grew up just watching, like Michael Vick, LaShawn McCoy, Deshaun Jackson, that squad when I was younger. That's my childhood. So those are great times, and being able to watch that. Like LaShawn McCoy is personally my favorite athlete ever. I used to have a big, gigantic poster of him in my room growing up. So,
Oh, nice. I
yeah.
didn't know. I wouldn't have thought that. So, and I forgot where you said, but and you grew up in California, though, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, congratulations on y'all Super Bowl victory.
Yeah.
But
I was huge. I was actually at Super Bowl, the one before that in Arizona, when we lost to the Chiefs. I was there.
oh,
So I
really?
went. I went to the wrong one. Yeah.
I bet that was higher than a cat's back to go to. But
That was tough.
no. I mean, I'm sure it was expensive though. Jeez, man. I mean,
Yeah, it really was.
well, I don't know if you know Gary Owen, the comedian is.
I'm not familiar.
He's been quite a few movies that you've probably seen. You just don't know it. But
Mhm.
anyway, his ex wife got mad at him because he went to the Cincinnati Bengals game when they went to the Super Bowl, and
Okay.
when I found out how much he spent on his tickets, I was like, I'm good just to go see one football game. I'm okay.
Yeah, I don't want my grandpa. It was on his bucket list, so it was just something to cross off. Yeah.
Okay, well then I could see that then.
Yeah.
But as far as like feeding my ego, like
Hmm.
I'm a Raiders fan, but I don't want to. I don't want to pay an extravagant amount just to go see a football game.
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, it really depends on everybody.
Oh man. So, oh man. So you're not going to put yourself in the draft prospects though for the NBA though, probably or.
I mean, I'll be open to it. Like I said, I think life is very hard to predict, 3, 4 years ahead. I will usually just go day by day. But obviously, it's good to have goals, but I have no clue what my life will look like in 2 years from now, 3 years from now. But
Yeah,
I know with the habits I've instilled, I know it's going to be good. So I don't worry.
I'm assuming you're planning on getting on your degree then.
Yep. Yes, sir.
And it's again refreshing to hear that because I'm so sick of these guys that go to school. You know, this is one of the reasons why one of the beefs that I have with the NIL program is that I realize college sports has now become a business,
Yeah, 100%.
but at the same time, sports is an extracurricular activity,
Hmm.
and if you look at it from a historical standpoint, it's a extracurricular activity.
Hmm.
And that being said, I don't like it when guys get the opportunity to go to school, which you're getting on scholarship and you have an opportunity to go to school. And if you go to the NBA or you go to like another prospect of playing basketball outside of it, then I'm okay with that. But then there's this kind of disrespect toward the educational side of it, which
Hmm.
there's so many students there that are paying they're eating hot dogs and peanut butter sandwiches just to survive, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And you're kind of disrespecting the education. That's my biggest thing.
Yeah.
Because
I understand that. But I mean, I think with that, not all schools are getting the NIL like of how it seems as well. Neither like a
right,
lot of these low majors, mid majors, it's not as pretty as it seems.
no,
I think yeah,
I get it. I mean, when Arch Manning is getting paid like $3 million, to
yeah,
play for Texas, then that stigma's out there. So
yeah, 100%.
yeah, man. So if you were a big football fan growing up, what made you to play basketball, or is it just one of those things I'd rather play than watch sort of thing?
No, I loved it. I loved to play, but my mom was a nurse, and during the time when all the CTE and concussions were coming out, she was like, "Yeah, we're not doing that," and it turned out well. So I'm not
No,
complaining.
she's right. I
Yeah.
played football in middle school and didn't love it. I'm glad I didn't.
Mhm.
I'll just say this: I'm glad I didn't. I've seen a lot of guys that have CTE damage that are unknowns from playing their days and playing high school. So
That sucks.
absolutely. What's so? What is the so? Okay, I'm trying to think of how to explain it.
Mhm.
Are you said you want to travel a little bit. Where are some places that you would want to travel that maybe like that would surprise everybody else? Like when I hear people talking about traveling and stuff like that, they always do kind of the cliche places. Where are some places
Mhm.
that you may want to travel?
Um. Well, I do. I probably do want to do a lot of the cliche places. Like one of our main places for sure is Monaco, just to see, and subconsciously absorb that wealth, and really just see what connections I can get. But I would like to, do the other side as well. Like I would like to go like Guatemala, a lot of places in South America. Um, I'm a big Caribbean guy, a lot of places like that. And the thing about me with traveling, I would like to go to places, that's not typically like the vacation spots as well, too, to really see what real life is like. Because
Yeah,
every time somebody has told me like an experience about going to countries like that, they always say how humbling it is, how it changed their life, that view. So I feel like I need a life changing moment like that to go to like a third world country and really
yeah,
see life and become grateful for that. I feel like that's something I need to experience as well.
yeah, and that's why I asked you what was there any places that you didn't want to go that was cliche. So that's
Hmm.
cool.
Yeah.
I tip
Yeah,
my hat
I
off.
need one of those experiences for sure.
Absolutely. What kind of yeah, man. It's man, let me tell you something, man. I'm about to cut you off, or I'm about to let you go here, but
Hmm.
man, what a pleasure it is to talk to you. And if you want to do
Likewise.
this again, let me know.
Hmm. Yes, sir. Let's do it. I'm all for it.
Yeah, man.
I'm
Like
all for it.
you got my information now and stuff like that, and
Yes, 100%.
just just let me know, and we'll talk more, and let you get on to whatever it is you're trying to promote. So the floor is yours. Before I let you go, is there anything you want to promote?
Sure. Not really promote, but just want to say, I want to talk about perspectives per se. Something I recently learned with this. So I was having over the last couple of days. I've been playing in the Drew League, which is an off-season pro league. LeBron played in it. DeMar, James Harden played in it all the time. And I was struggling with my confidence on the court, even though I've been working as hard as ever. And I went into this last game just caring less, thinking less, and it surprisingly helped me. I played my best game, and I came home and I journaled about it and I observed my thoughts. And something I came to notice is a different perspective can lead to different opportunities, which can lead to different results. So that hit me, and I sat there and I said that probably about 10 times in a row. Different perspective can lead to different opportunities to different results. So if you're ever in a situation where you feel stuck or what you're doing is not working, try thinking differently because you never know what opportunities that different thought can lead to. We never know what results these can lead to. So that's kind of what I was wanting to leave off with.
Man, it has been nothing but a pleasure talking to you, sir. No, we'll have to do this again.
Yes,
Ladies
sir.
and gentlemen,
100%.
yeah, man. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest at this time has been Denzel Hines, man. Nothing but a pleasure. I don't get to do these basketball players as often as I used to, man. So man, I bid you farewell for the afternoon.
Thank
Ladies and
you.
gentlemen, this is my name is Hank Russell. This has been the Hank Russell Invitation. Y'all have a pleasant afternoon.
Appreciate you, Hank.
You
Yeah.